Welcome back, everybody, to the MTGPL Quarter 1 Invitational. This is game number 2. My name is Beyond Sadistic. With me, I got somebody different. One of my buddies, Pope Hoffy. Pope, how is your Saturday going, brother?
Dude, that game 1 was absolutely insane. Sitting in the chat here watching from outside, but I have to say I'm very excited because I'm going to give everyone just the quickest spark on their bingo board. We get to see Jeskai playing my favorite color combo, one of my favorite decks in Legacy right now, against one of our great friends, Frosty here, rocking Rainbow Depths. I'm so excited to see this matchup here. Unfortunately, we are in a lower bracket game here, but this is going to be an elimination game for one of our players. We could see our 3 seed or our 7 seed go out here very, very quickly. So I'm looking forward to it. This is do or die right now. We are in do or die territory, bottom of the bracket here, and I'm just excited. Like I said, Jeskai versus Rainbow Depths, 2 very fast decks if they want to be, or very 2 slow grindy matchups if they need to be. We saw Frosty play almost a grind fest against Shadow in round 1. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I think this might be a little bit difficult also for Frosty. The fact that they're up against another deck that can kind of pick them apart. So although the mana base does not have any wastelands, so there is not a Caracas in this deck either.
No. So there is the one out that Frosty does have in the back pocket there. Like you said, no Wasteland, no Caracas, nothing really that can really get rid of a Merit Lodge just sitting on that board. A Lightning Bolt's not going to do it.
Right.
A single Lightning Bolt's not going to do it. Frosty, on the other hand, has the ability to possibly get away from this with some really fun cards, like being able to pick apart their hand with Inquisition, Duress, Thoughtseize. We're seeing 8 copies of Hand Disruption very quickly.
Right.
But like I said, I'm always going to give love to my favorite color combo. We've got the Supreme Verdict, which could bury some cards.
That's true.
We could see a Merit Lodge get buried, but we are going to see cards like one of my favorite cards. We could see the Hull Breacher come out into play, some Dreadhorde Arcanist, some V-Click.
True Name Nemesis.
It's going
When's the last time you saw a Supreme Verdict cast in Legacy? It's been a bit.
It's been a bit. It's been a big, long bit. I'm very excited to see how this matchup goes. We hope all of you guys are enjoying this wonderful Saturday Invitational, our first one of 2021. It's been a hell of a time already. That round 1 matchup, you guys showed up, and we couldn't be happier to see all of you guys here. That was a hell of a matchup. A mirror match to start round 1, and here we are for round 2. It's been a time.
And for the rest of you guys that are not with us, !Discord in the chat will get you a link. You can come play Paper Legacy with us 24 hours a day and with almost another 2,000 players. That's 2,000 people that are sitting here behind their keyboard with their camera down, slinging Paper Legacy, ready to take you down. So come join us.
We are currently sitting at 1,951 members. We are so close to hitting that 2,000 mark. And I know we were all sitting in chat last night for our just from pickup games, and we had every single F&M table full. We love this community. We love seeing the guys play, everyone play. We have games literally firing 24/7. There are people looking for games right now that I know are watching the stream. They are playing Legacy while also having the stream open on screen too. We love this community. We're so excited, and here we go.
Yeah, NBG, Big Buddha, thank you so much for the follow.
We are here for round 2, bottom bracket here. Quick bowling bet on the play here, going with the Tundra into a Ponder here. Matchup here, who do you like in game 1?
I honestly think Bowling Bent might be able to take this down depending on how good they are able to hand sculpt. If they're fast enough and can stop Frosty from can prevent Frosty from taking apart their hand, I think they're actually in a pretty good spot. But I do think that if Frosty is able to start tearing apart their hand, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, 2 copies of Duress, 2 copies of Inquisition, and 4 copies of Thoughtseize.
Plus the Stifles.
Yes, Stifle's just if you're not expecting a Stifle and you see it and it gets you when you're least expecting it, it can just ruin your time. Like as a Death in Texas player, I hate Stifle when I activate an Aether Vial. It is one way to just screw up tempo, it can just get in your brain of like a lot of second guessing.
Yes, absolutely.
One of my favorite cards, Gemstone Mine here, hitting the battlefield for Frosty, just kind of getting them set up here.
Yeah, and Bowling Bent looks like they're going to brainstorm And this is a main phase brainstorm,
Yeah,
which
that's
without hitting a mana or not playing a land. So this could show a lot of weakness
Yep.
right away.
This could easily determine the next 2 or 3 turns of Bowling Bent here, not being able to play either a fetch or even a basic here, and not having any plays here that can really, really determine how Frosty wants to play into this.
Yeah.
Um,
If they do not hit a land off this, I think they are in a deep.
they're digging a hole with a broken shovel. It's going to be really tough to get out of.
Yeah.
I'm really excited here to see. We've seen our player base here kind of switch it up for the Invitational. Frosty's one of our premier D&T players here, rocking Rainbow Depths. We saw
Yeah.
Tensai here playing Show and Tell. And we're normally our biggest Cephalid Breakfast player, probably honestly I would say one of the best pilots in the Discord for Cephalid Breakfast.
Oh, yeah, easily.
One of really exciting here to see all of our players who we know have their pet decks or their deck that they are most familiar with playing outside their comfort zone and playing meta breakers almost at a time.
Well, that's just it. They're metagaming each other.
Absolutely.
They all know what they're known for. These players have played against each other plenty of times in our
Yeah.
Tuesday fight nights, in our Saturday weekly challenges.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like we said, our community is so close together. Like we know, like everyone knows that I'm going to bring taxes to a table 85% of the time.
Yeah.
If I show up with something different, everyone's going to be confused about it. These guys have been absolutely meticulously metagaming each other all week when they found out they made the invitational, and it's been really funny. We have a private invitational chat where they all can talk to each other for the week, and they have just been talking about Torpor Orb, Abrupt Decays, all sorts of like little pet cards to grab, and we're going to see an Inquisition here from Frost.
And that looks like it's going to resolve.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's a Dreadhorde Arcanist. Is that
Ponder, a
Narset?
Narset, a Stoneblade, and another Flooded Strand. Do you take the Dreadhorde here?
I think so. I think it's one of the best early targets here because
Yeah.
Narset's not going to do a whole lot against a
Frosty.
depth deck. Yeah, it's not going to do a whole lot against any kind of depth deck. I really, really think the best card here would be Dreadhorde Arcanist.
Yeah,
But
I
I could
agree.
also easily see the same thing of just grabbing the Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge Mystic is just a way of just grabbing whatever you need because they've got GTA and Batterskull, just cards that can just really turn the tide of a game.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I really think the fact that looking at their hand, granted, they do have a ponder, they do have a fetch, so it gives them a little bit of breathing room. But Dreadhorde is a snowball card.
Yeah,
Everybody's been talking about it the last few months. Dreadhorde Arcanist being just a really oppressive 2-drop when it drops down. The fact that it can produce in a turn or two can literally turn the tide of a game. So I think that would be the scariest thing. And looks like they are going to take the ponder.
That's a surprising grab there. I wonder what Frosty's thinking of here. Maybe another spell removal, maybe another card removal in the hand. Maybe we're going to see a Thoughtseize here.
Yeah.
Just maybe. Oh, it's
Or
going
the
to see
crop rotation.
I like that. I really like the Gemstone Mines crop rot move.
Yep.
Because Gemstone Mines has that unfortunate characteristic of only being able to use 3 times, and that's a depth.
That's a depth right. That's a right now. This is happening.
Yeah, that's a good luck.
Yep. Your Bullock Bent's going to fetch in response, at end step. My bad. However, a Stoneforge or that Dreadhorde's not going to save them right here.
No, that is Frosty seeing the all clear and being like, all right, cool, I can go whenever I want now. Remove the card that can find them a force or
sword.
Yeah, or sword. The card that's the big thing that they can do. I think that's a really great grab. So
yeah, I totally agree.
Props to Frosty.
Yeah, that's a super heads up play. Absolutely.
Because like in your brain, you're like Dreadhorde Arcanist, like you said, snowball card. Don't want to see it really often, and that'd be a great thing to see. So Tone Down, TWN Domin, they're not running a Wasteland here or a Caracas. Yeah. There is no Wasteland in this Jeskai Stoneblade list.
Yeah, so they literally have no way to answer that.
Yeah, that Wasteland is just not there.
And for you guys that are watching at home, Cardboard Live is active, so you guys can see all of the deck lists just the same way that the players have had access to for the last week, along with us right now. So you get to see. This is going to be if Frosty does have a way to make a Merit Lage, this might be a pretty darn quick game.
Yeah. Now, if you're Bowling Bent, you've only seen one extra card here with since the Ponder was taken away. That's kind of a one of right now to find that stone that Swords to Plowshares here.
Yep.
But
And
the
there
Dreadhorde
is,
Arcanist has got to feel good right now to be
yeah.
able to keep that on the field right now.
Well, and Frosty can't make the Merit Lage at Bullock Ben's end step there, so that gives them a whole nother churn to be able to do something. Even if you have to run your Dreadhorde into your Merit Lage to be able to try and ponder and find an answer, you kind of got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, it plays the Thespian stage there. One of my favorite cards from Gatecrash. It was such an undervalued card for so long. Just it was a card you dreaded opening in draft as your
Right.
rare for Gatecrash Limited, and now it's just a legacy powerhouse for the depths decks. So yep, gonna see the Dreadhorde Arcanist get in here and a Ponder coming off the
And
top here.
I would be willing to bet Frosty's probably got an Elder Spirit Guide in hand, and this is going to be a Merit Lage in response.
Yeah, I could definitely see that coming in.
Which this again, the fact that Bullock Bant is shuffling is not a good sign.
No, not at all. Frosty's got to be very happy, licking their lips here if they've got what we think they have in their hand here.
Yep.
Kind of door open kind of thoughts here.
So is there a response?
Let's see.
Oh, it looks like combat damage already. So there was no response to combat damage. So Bullock Bent's going to follow up with a Scalding Tarn.
Mm-hmm.
And both players at 18 life right now. And there's going to be the Stoneblade, the Stoneforge Mystic.
Name of the deck, it's fine.
What do you go get here, Pope?
I personally grab the Batter Skull. Absolutely. I think it's the best grab. And there's the Spirit Guide in response. Yeah, the Batter Skull is just the best grab here, especially when you're facing down such a beast as Merit Lage. Being able to keep your life total around, even if it means wasting mana to re-equipping a Batter Skull over and over and over again. It's kind of what you have to do sometimes. And we're going to see the god himself.
Yeah, and unless Bullock Bent has a response to this, this is going to be it.
Yeah, that's the big stick.
And there is a Swords to Plowshares in response, and there's a
not of this
world in response.
Oh,
that's it.
A good card. Who would think that a 7-drop is just so good
Right.
when it can protect a Merit Lodge? So yeah, that's game one. Frosty getting there with the depths.
So on the Stoneblade side, Pope, why don't you read me the sideboard?
So on the sideboard here, we have 1 Electrickery, 1 Flusterstorm, 1 Path to Exile, 2 Pyroblast, 1 Red Elemental Blast, 1 Relic of Progenitus, 3 copies of Surgical Extraction, 2 copies of Containment Priest, 1 Lavinia Azorius Renegade, 1 Torpor Orb, and 1 Wear Tear. What are you liking right away?
Right away, or right off the top of my head, Containment Priest is just totally out. But a Path to Exile, having another way to get rid of a Merit Lage, I think absolutely is where I'd be looking.
I really like the one of here for the Path to Exile. Even if you get them another, it's a basic. Like it's not gonna put them so far ahead where you can't compete. I definitely think, like I said, I don't think Narset does a lot in this list.
It's an easy side out.
Yeah, Narset's an easy side out here. I'm not even sure how much I like JTMS in this matchup, because this is going to be a fast matchup if not ready, and 4 mana for a big creature, a big boss like Jason the Mind Sculptor is. I'm not really sure what else I'm really liking here. Because
I love a surgical, being the fact that I do play depths. If you do make your combo and your dark depths goes to your graveyard and they surgical that, this deck does not really have a very good way to back that up.
Yeah, that's a really, really smart option. I didn't even think about that. I'm not anywhere near. I've never played depths. I've played it very limitedly against it. So yeah, seeing 3 copies of surgical has to feel good if you're bowling bent. So are those
Lavinia shuts off Not of This World as well.
That is true, because they'll never be able to cast it with its the first line of text there. Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells. Yeah, that's just broken against a card like Not of This World.
And Frosty's got some really interesting sideboard choices here too. They've got 3 Flusterstorm, 1 Force of Vigor, 2 Surgical Extractions of their own, 2 Abrupt Decays, 2 Torpor Orbs, 2 Leyline of the Void, and 3 Sylvan Safekeepers.
I love Sylvan Safekeeper in this matchup. Seeing you just
Absolutely.
knowing that we saw the stab of the first Swords to Plowshares with the backup. I really like the Sylvan Safekeeper here. A turn one Sylvan Safekeeper into a turn two Merit Lage is usually just game over. Being able to not touch that Merit Lage is huge.
Yeah.
I really
Torpor.
also, yeah, Torpor Orb is just a card that I really like. Just cuts off Stoneforge Mystic, cuts off True Name Nemesis. But we haven't seen True Name Nemesis, but these players do have access to deck lists.
Cuts off Vigilant Click as well too.
Oh yeah, fee click that's a big card. So possibly get your bingo boards ready. We do know that there are some Torpor Orb activations, some Torpor Orb seeing on that bingo board here. Yeah,
Cathor in chat mentioning that an overloaded Electrickery does remove Hex Mages and Sylvan Safekeepers as well because there's
that's
no way to stop that.
the popper icon of Electrickery. That is a
Mhm.
really, really good card there. Went wide over it. That does remove, let's see, can remove Vampire Hexmage, can remove, if we know they're bringing in Sylvan Safekeeper, can bring in the Sylvan Safekeepers. That's
Yep.
a super strong, thing. I'd
Yeah.
like to see all 3 copies of Sylvan Safekeeper come in and that be a turn 1 play
Yeah,
for
I totally agree. That would put Frosty pretty far ahead. Sylvan Safekeeper, the fact that you can give your creature Shroud is a huge deal.
especially for the fact that if you are in a position where you don't lose the Safekeeper and you keep the Merit List, you can do it multiple turns. You play what you need to do, and then just sacrifice that land, and your Merit List staying again and
Yeah,
again.
absolutely. And for you guys in the chat that are watching, Absolute Nightbot just posted the link for the round 3 voting. You guys have control over what match you're going to see. So you guys can definitely put your vote in on the straw poll. That way you get to see exactly what you want to see. And along the lines of that, !Discord in the chat. That'll get Nightbot to send you your own personal Discord invitation. So you can come and play Legacy with us 24 hours a day. We're just shy of 2,000 members right now. That's 2,000 Legacy players just like you that want to use their beautiful foiled out Japanese, Korean, Russian, German, new printing, old printing. It doesn't matter. We also allow proxies. Come play with us. Come play, hang out.
100% proxy free. I wrote the proxy documentation. If you got any questions, let me know about it. I'd love to see. We do not want money to be an issue when we enjoy the game of Legacy. Money should not be an issue for you to play a game like Magic. We are proxy friendly, full color proxies. That's all we ask for. As long as they are printed in paper, that's all we care about. You can play this game. We do not care if you do not have Volks. We do not care if you do not have Tundras. You can have one Wasteland. We do not care about it. We just want to see you guys enjoy the game that we love so much, that we put the time in and we bring this content to you guys. We love doing this for you guys. We want to continue to see this channel grow. We are, without a doubt, we have been told by many streamers, we've been told by many personalities that we are the best place to play Legacy in paper because of COVID. And this is the place we know you guys want to be. We'd love to see you guys on the stream. We'd love to see you guys in the Discord. We've got the welcome chat actually blowing up right now. A couple people just joined. That's two more
awesome.
in that second. We'd love to see you guys. !Discord to get the link into here. And we'd love to see you guys. We are at 1954. We are 46 people away from 2,000 members. And
Absolutely.
we're only in round 2. Let's get that going.
Welcoming. We are everybody's welcome. We just want to play Legacy. That's really what it boils down to here.
If you've never played webcam Magic, we have what we call office hours. One of our brand new mods, Oliver, who is playing in this tournament today,
That's right,
created this wonderful idea of having the mods sit in a couple days a week, working through talking about how to set up your webcam, set up and talk. Martine09, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the MTG Paper Legacy Discord. And we will make sure that you are welcome. You have a warm welcome. You understand how to play Magic, how to work through legacy lines. We have write-ups from our wonderful commentator who you saw in round 1, Doc, who talks about our Discord as a whole, as our meta game, what it like, what we see. We are our own community, and we love having as many of you guys with us in it. And we cannot wait to bring. We have so much more planned for this year. We got some exciting news later on in this stream that we hope you guys stick around for.
yeah.
We're going to be revealing some cool stuff for the 2021 seasons. And our big thing that we're doing this year is, like we said, we want to keep growing this community. We're so close to 2,000. We want to do it with all of you. And I know I wouldn't be here without Corey, and I know that everything we're doing is for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We put a lot of time into this because we love Legacy. And so we love all of you guys being able to take and do what you love doing best, and that's play Legacy with us. So please, and Dr. Donati, thank you so much for the follow. ! Discord in the chat. You get your own personal link, and let us know in the chat what you're playing Legacy.
Yeah, we'd
So
love to see what you guys play.
yeah, Frosty does go to 6. They tanked a little bit there on their hand. I think they're probably just looking for something really fast.
I would think so. We saw how, unfortunately, Bowling Bent could kind of stutter with what they were trying to do there. Kind of flooded and then not having a lot of answers. We saw Frosty with the perfect read on the grabbing the ponder, allowing themselves to kind of stick themselves in a hole of not having much to do. Frosty, a really great brain on, like I said, Taxes players. They have to know a lot about this format to kind of wrap their head around everything of what a player can and can't do. Like I said, I missed completely grabbing the ponder with that Inquisition, and that was
Yeah.
the first thing probably Frosty thought of is if I grab this ponder, they don't have any card interaction.
And it looks like we had our first bingo. Also, the Eternally Surprised looks like they were able to completely fill and get a bingo. So, congratulations to them. Thank you so much. And like it's been stated, this is our Q1 Invitational. These players have been playing for multiple months in multiple events, building up points so that way they could compete and be in the top 8. So, congratulations to all of these guys. They've put in a ton of time and they've been just playing their hearts out every week, every on Tuesday events, on Saturday events, playing in our leagues. We have monthly leagues. This month, our league was almost 100 players. So that it's huge.
So excited. The growth. I remember my first month here, we had 37 players in our I got here and I think it's September of 2020, and we had 36 or 37 members in that September league, and we are hitting 100 in our February league. Like that growth in that short amount of time is huge, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So
Right.
we're gonna get right here into game 2, a fast start from Bowling Bent with a Volk into
A
a
ponder.
ponder here. Just the optimal start, I guess, if you're any. Uh, if you're
Oh, I
any
totally agree. Yeah, that ponder being able to sculpt, although Frosty, 2 Lotus Petals here and a Vampire
Sure.
Hex Mage. This might be a turn 1 Merit Lage.
Do we see it? Oh, Frosty passes, I think. Did we pass? Or are we in the tank here for the Hex Mage?
Okay, so that does respond. And there's a Depths. This is it. This is it, guys.
There's your turn 1. There's your possibility of a turn 1 Merit Lage. That's so
Technically
nasty.
turn 2, but
technically.
Bowling Bent, if they don't have an answer, this is going to be a big boy crashing in real hard, real fast.
Oh, that's insane. Prismatic Vista here. I would hope grabbing a white source if they've got it.
Dr. Nanai said, "Hey guys, I've just come into your channel. Great work. I'll share everything with the Italian community. Can I find the Discord, all the news, and join the weekly legacy?" Absolutely, Dr. Nanani. And the Mr. Jack Dax, who is streaming our event today and made all of these amazing visuals for you guys. They just posted the link. Please, by all means, come hang out with us. Share with your friends. If you have your own local community, share with them. We are an amazingly diverse meta that you guys can play with at any time, whenever it's convenient for you. It's safe. It's welcoming. It's friendly, and we want to see everybody be able to play their beautiful legacy cards that they've spent so much time collecting and accumulating. So
we are
this is going to be. Oh, go back.
We are gender pronoun friendly. We have everything you need to feel as inclusive and safe. We are proxy friendly, and that is going to be a planes into a swords to plowshares, which needed to happen for Bowling Bent. Exactly what we need.
Yes.
So yeah, also for Dr. Donati, we are starting our very first EU Asia Pacific time tournament tomorrow, and this is going to be a new thing for 2021. We're going to be having 2 tournaments running sometimes where we are allowing our European players to be able to play in their time zone, not sticking around till 6 o'clock in the morning like we know some of our players do for our NA tournaments. And so we're very excited about it. We brought in some EU mods over the holiday and they are so excited to get this tournament off the ground for you guys. So we are so excited to see you guys work in that and see our European and Pacific
Asia Pacific. Yes.
Asia Pacific just just take over another tournament. We're so excited to see what they do,
Yeah.
and we do it because we know you guys have been asking for it. We know you guys have been wanting to see it, and we finally have the resources. Thank you to our wonderful new
And
our
the
mods,
staffing, yeah.
our wonderful new mods from the EU who are able to put that on for us tomorrow morning. I think my start time, if I want to play in it tomorrow, is 4:30 in the morning, so I might take a nap after the Invitational.
And just get in there. Yeah, absolutely. And Oliver V, thank you so much for the resub. Oliver V, one of our newest moderators, he is also playing in today's event. So thank you so much for the resub. We greatly appreciate all that you do for the Discord, all that you've brought to the team and to the community. You're just a great force in the community. So thank you so much for hanging out.
We love you, Oliver. Good luck today. So we're gonna see here. So unfortunately, Frosty with a little bit of a setback here. Unfortunately, Bowling Bet having the perfect card to get rid of a Merit Lodge token. Believe we are going to.
That's going to be a Sylvan Scrying.
That is a Sylvan Scrying.
Although, do you know what? I wonder if Frosty did that on purpose.
Just to like bait out.
Make your opponent have it. Granted, they have the Dread Horde to be able to cast that Swords, and there are tons of answers. But they are going to force negation, pitching a preordain there in response. But this gives you the ability to go get another one. You've padded your life total now. Now your Jeskai Stoneblade opponent has a mountain to climb to be able to take you down.
Absolutely. Nothing worse when your Jeskai is seeing life gain. As a resident Jeskai player in every format except Legacy, because I can't get the deck to work in what I want to do with it. Jeskai Ascendancy, I'm still working on you, baby. I'll get there. But we are seeing just huge stuff. Dr. Nadi, I am currently located in the great state and warm state of Florida here on the East Coast of the United States. We've got mods in Canada. We've got mods in, I believe Germany now is where some of our newer mods are from.
Yep.
We've got mods all over the world now, which is such a cool thing to say, is we've got mods all over the world. And we are excited to bring these new things to you. But yeah, I think that is a good factor, is show the Lage, have that Swords to Plowshares. All right, cool. Get your hiking boots on, start climbing. Let's see if you can do it. That's super, super brutal for 39 life now for Frosty. That's such a hard climb for Bowling Bet, because we know that that's going to be a long time to work with only 2 bolts. That's not gonna do it very quickly.
No, I totally agree. Although Frosty having the depths, this actually, Bowling Bet has to have this answer in hand. He's got nothing to cast there on the Dread Horde, so just go into combat.
Yeah. So just hitting you for 38. Yeah.
38. You ball's in your court now, Frosty.
Start thinking about it, Frosty. You're down to 3s, all right? We're gonna get you down. Another Gemstone Mine. I love that card so much. It's such a cool utility card of just being able to fix your mana. But Frosty here,
I was just going to say, my wife being a Dredge player in Modern, it was her Modern deck for quite a while. She loves Gemstone. Another combat, no targets. Frosty pushes it down to 37.
Yeah, that life total slowly ticking down for Frosty here on a 37 turn clock here.
Yeah, Frosty better. Yeah, Frosty's got it coming in about 36 turns. So
yeah, so Frosty on the back burner here. A little worrisome with 36 life. But giving credit to Bowling Bet, just trying to find more and more things to answer here. Frosty kind of can just sit back and metaphorically just kind of twiddle their thumbs here of, I'm just going to wait till I start finding my pieces.
Yeah, if Frosty can amass more than one combo in a turn here, I think that would really spell trouble for Bowling Bet, because of the fact they've only got 5 cards in hand, and this is going to be a Narset. No, that's a Hull Breacher. My bad.
That is a Vendilion Click.
Oh, that is a Vendilion Click. Sorry.
That is, I think, the M25 printing of V-Click.
Yeah, that is a V-Click. So that's going to allow them to... they're going to see Frosty's hand unless Frosty's got a response here.
Ooh, I don't think I'm not actually exactly sure what that was. Was that a Stifle?
Stifle. It absolutely was.
Yeah, was that a Stifle? That's such a fun card.
But at the same time, too, this now gives Bowling Bet another threat, which would be in a 3-1. That's going to start pounding pretty good here.
Yeah, that's 4 damage a turn with nothing in the way.
Yeah. Bug Ghost, thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you so much. So what do you think Frosty's thinking about here right now? What do you think she's trying to find, or you think she's trying to assemble in her hand right now with only 2 cards in hand?
I honestly think Frosty is literally just trying to amass multiple combos here.
Okay.
Because
All the land, thank you for the
you have the
sub.
option for a Merit Lays right now. So I there's the Sylvan Safekeeper. So
Yeah.
that's going to give a lot of take a little bit of pressure off of
Yeah,
the combo right there.
with 2 gemstone mine back up here, that's got to feel really good. You just keep your Sylvan Safekeeper around until you get that Merit Lage. That's just got to feel really good for Frosty right now.
Yeah, definitely. And for you guys that don't know, Sylvan Safekeeper allows you to sacrifice a land at instant speed, and target creatures you control gain Shroud.
And our wonderful table spotter here, who is letting us know, the casters here, what is happening tableside. Mike down there at the tableside, letting us know that players are talking about what the official text is on Sylvan Safekeeper here. Thank you, Mike, for everything that you're doing, and to all of the other mods who are working behind the scenes to make this thing happen. It's not just the 2 of us. We have mods we've got Jordan, who is streaming, Mr. Jackdex, who is streaming his heart out behind the scenes, and we've got our table spotters who are working endlessly to let us know what is happening directly at the table.
And it looks like that Sylvan Safekeeper is not going to resolve. So Bullet Ben did force a will that.
Yeah, force a will pitching a brainstorm is what I believe Mike has said. So that's a pretty good thing. Kane292, thank you for the follow.
Yeah. And for you guys that did not know, this is our Q1 invitational for the MTGPL, and you can be a part of the MTGPL as well if you're not already. ! Discord in the chat. We'll get you a link, and you can come play Paper Legacy with us 24 hours a day. True Saint, thank you so much. Ilfeld, thank you so much. All of you guys, thank you so much for all the support. We greatly appreciate it. It looks like Frosty's going to make a Merit Lage here in response. So
yeah, I believe that's there it is. That's a great thing to see right now. If Bowling Ben's got it, he's got it. If not, messing around with that keeps tapping that plains. We get to see a path. Yep, there's a path to exile.
And that is going to go, which means Frosty, are they going to go get a basic?
Frosty has the ability to search for a basic here.
Yep.
Let the players. Oh, no search.
No search. All right.
Because Frosty does not run a basic.
Well, technically, a failed to find would be perfectly fine as well. Just give you the opportunity to shuffle.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fair for Frosty. But I guess if you know you're not going to find it, you don't really care for it.
So that is 2 Merit Lages out. Bullock Bent with 4 power on the board has knocked Frosty down from 40 life. This is going to put her down to 25. So almost chopped half that tree down. And honestly, Bullock Bent seems to be in pretty good control here as well.
Yeah, especially seeing here a second Arcanist here hitting the battlefield and just not missing land drops, doing exactly what they need. Like we had to say, finding those answers over and over again for Frosty's Merit Lages. We've seen now.
There's another gemstone.
That's not the land I think Frosty's looking to see right now. That's the third copying we're seeing here.
Right.
Not exactly the best card to be seeing right now. You want to see maybe a bog. I would love to see a bog right now. That'd be great for them.
Actually, I totally agree. And was it Cather in the chat was asking a trick question? If you use crop rotation with your last counter on Gemstone Mine, and Pterodax with the correct answer, no, because you sacrifice the Gemstone Mine as part of the resolution of the mana ability, which is 100% correct.
That is absolutely correct. Great knowledge from our player base here. HT Chewy Terry 417, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
And for you guys that have just joined us, what decks in Legacy do you play? Let us know.
To know what is your favorite card in Legacy. What are you playing in Legacy? My favorite question is, if you could unban one card in Legacy, what would you unban? I'd ask for Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune.
I think that's a great question. Wheel of Fortune is a house.
Give me Wheel of Fortune with all my Arclight Phoenixes in a Jeskai deck. I would love it forever. I'll make it work.
Ren 6 did nothing wrong. Chaotic Bear.
Ren 6
Palaka Worm. OP. Deathrite Shaman, bring it back. We've got a colorless Deathrite Shaman. I would love to have my Deathrite Shaman back.
A free death right. I know Doc would be loving you right now, but Ghost. That's one of his favorite cards, and he misses it so much. Frantic
Absolutely.
Search for High Tide, Friend in Six. Oh God.
There is a been that is a true name nemesis, boys and girls.
Whew, I think Frosty's in a world of hurt.
This is going to be what, 3 turns now? Three? That's
That's
3, 5. That's 8 power.
ban Astrolabe, bring back Death Ray. I'm fine. Yeah, do it.
Oh yeah. That's 2 mana. That is going to be 1 gemstone mine in the graveyard.
Yep.
And that's a Sylvan Save or a Sylvan Scrying. Almost
Yeah,
said Sylvan
gotta.
Safekeeper.
I mean, sometimes you wish it was. Oliver here. Bolt makes this a 2-turn clock. That's not bad.
That is very true. Frosty was able to source a Merit Lage or a Dark Depths out of that Sylvan Scrying.
Yeah, so that's the 3rd copy we have seen now this match. So we got 1 left in the library.
Protect SJ. Frosty got to 40 life from a Swords to Plowshares.
So we are getting an update here from the other tables here. Champagne with Espervile has won their match, and Oliver, our lovely mod on Simic Infect, has won their match as well. Congrats to both of them. They are moving on.
Technically, it's Bant Infect.
It is Bant Infect. That's correct. I am wrong. That is right. They are playing Bant Infect.
Being an Infect player, there is a difference. Slight.
There is a difference. You're absolutely correct.
Another threat here. Nope, not going to tap. And Frosty down to unban strip mine, kill those snowlands. There you go.
Yeah.
What do you guys, with the latest set with Kaldheim, we got so much more snowlands. And Wizards of the Coast promised us our snow hate card. What do you guys think of the snow hate card that was printed?
It's not great.
Well, Death and Taxes, it's somewhat okay for.
It's somewhat. Maybe. I'll talk to my good old friends here, Frosty, after this match, and see what we think about it. Because we'll start putting together new Death and Taxes lists.
Right.
So an update for the official match. Rax has been eliminated from the tournament today after that amazing game 1. Losing to Oliver. That's just Rax. You played fantastically. You had one of the greatest matches we've ever had on stream against Tensai. Nothing but the best to you.
Oliver V, it's the dice next to his phone. It shows 3 cards in hand.
Yep.
Maybe our table spotter. Oh, that's
a bolt?
A bolt on what?
The
End step bolt Hex Mage.
Make him do it.
That's a bold move.
Make him have it.
So, all right, so that's going to be.
I'm going to guess Bent has another copy of Swords.
It has to. Yeah, otherwise. Unfortunately, Swords gives Frosty a ton of life. Oh, there's Path to Exile in the graveyard.
Yeah,
that is a heads up play. And go to combat. Dreadhorde triggers. Bolt and Path both can be cast this turn.
Off. Frosty's got Frosty.
That's lethal.
That's 3 Lages answered today. She has got to be so angry. Boom. That's 3 Lages answered today in that match. That is game.
That puts Frosty 2-1. It is not lethal. I apologize.
Oh, we're so close. Frosty's got to be furious. She has seen 3 copies of Lage get answered, hitting a surgical. There's surgical that you called for.
Yep. And
I think we're just going to go to game 3 here.
Yeah, definitely going to go to game 3. Wow. I hope you guys are all watching. I hope you guys have got your seatbelts because that was a wild ride.
That was so sick. Like I said, I've never played Depths. I've only played against it a few times. You have been a Depths player. Having 3 Lages answered, how does that make you feel as the Depths player?
You basically you feel like you're at the bottom. You did everything you could. You assembled your combo 3 times, and every time they had the answer. It hurts.
Yeah, especially, and we also said Frosty put herself in a position of doing well, put herself to 40 life, and it came all the way down. Great work there from Bowling Bent with the Jeskai deck. Jeskai premier doing work. Just being able to have those answers after answers. So what do we change?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna ask you. Up on the board right now, you can see Frosty's sideboard. We don't know if the Torpor Orbs came in. We don't know if the Abrupt Decays came in. We do know the Safekeepers came in, or at least one.
Yeah, we definitely saw a Safekeeper.
I honestly think Torpor Orb is not really an answer, but Abrupt Decay is.
I like Abrupt Decay here, but the problem is I just don't know what we hit over and over again. We've only got
Dreadhorde.
two. Yeah, we hit Dreadhorde, absolutely. But we just saw how Bowling Pit was able to recover. We saw a really shaky game one because Frosty had it as quickly as possible.
Correct.
But Bowling Pit was hell bent on having swords and path, and it worked out perfectly. I think the Abrupt Decay, we definitely bring the Abrupt Decay in because we have to hit those Dreadhorde. We're also probably Frosty going to be on the play. If Frosty confirmed on the play now, what do you want to see on the play here? Like, do you want to see hand disruption immediately take out the swords to plowshares? If we did bring out hand disruption like duress or inquisitions or thought seizes to bring in those safekeepers, do we bring them back in? Since we're on the play, a turn one thought seize is brutal against a deck like Jeskai. What do you think here?
Honestly, the fact that you have to have an answer because just like we talked about before, the Dreadhorde was able to snowball there. Granted, the Dreadhorde was not able to cast something every turn, but with Frosty having such a low threat density, she absolutely has to have hand disruption right away. She has to have an answer in case there's multiple threats in hand, so that way, and those Abrupt Decays are really an answer to that. I really think a lot of the rest of her sideboard, other than the Sylvan Safekeepers, really don't do a whole lot for her in this matchup. The Jeskai Stoneblade is actually kind of a weird matchup for Depths because she is threat light. They are removal heavy, and they also have a solid base of threats. Dreadhorde Arcanist is super strong. Stoneblade allows you to go get your Jitte or your Batterskull. Granted, Jitte is really not doing much for you in this match, but a Batterskull is a house. I mean, that's a dope threat, man.
I like I said, I'm one of those people who will bring in a surgical just for a target card. Do you see Frosty with the amount of how quickly, like we said, seeing three Lages is just gotta be brutal if you're bowling, but having three answers every single time. Do you bring in those surgicals to target sword?
Absolutely, I absolutely would. My Depths deck is is not very good. It's a mono blacklist, but I run surgical main deck because if you answer one of my Depths, you will not answer another one.
Yeah.
But absolutely, and just the fact that Bullet Bound, we did see on their side that they did bring in the surgicals. If that would have happened 6 turns before that, there would never have been another Merit Lage.
Like we said, Frosty she's got to be feeling a little bummed after that second match. Seeing 3-3-3. Oh, you want me to move out of the way? I'm sorry, I can't move enough to see the tournament. I wonder our wonderful streamer can probably pull up the bracket after this matchup, and we can give you guys. There it is. Beautiful.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Jack Dax.
This is not updated right now because we do know so far that Rax has already been eliminated by Oliver. So Oliver will move forward on the lower bracket.
And we know that Champagne defeated Evil in the upper bracket, so they are moving on within the upper bracket to face either Tensai or I believe it was Tensai and Charbel that is still in that top bracket right now. Tensai, we also getting an update that Tensai also just won their matchup as well. So we will have Tensai versus excuse me, Tensai versus Charbel Tensai versus Champagne for the upper bracket final after this.
And Champagne with a comment that they actually think that Jitte is better than Batterskull in this regard to be able to take care of the Sylvan Safekeepers and the Hex Mages. Yes, I agree. It's another answer because if they play a Hex Mage, you can remove the Hex Mage. It gives you another way to respond to casting a spell because you respond, they respond. But I don't think. I think both of them will work quite well. And we only saw one Sylvan Safekeeper in that game also.
Yeah, we saw one Sylvan Safekeeper and one copy of Surgical from Bowling Bent. So our players here, like we said, they have been thinking about this all week. They've been talking to each other. We know that Oliver and Frosty talked a lot about Torpor Orb over the week.
Yes.
And so these players have been in direct communication with each other all week. just sitting here talking about what they think they can beat each other with. Like we said, Frosty's she's a very prominent Death and Taxes player.
Yes.
Tensai, very prominent, probably one of the best pilots we've ever seen with Cephalid Breakfast. And they're not playing those decks this week because
Correct.
we know that they would possibly bring them and then they get answered. We
Frosty's
saw
going to 5 right here.
Oh, that's gotta
Bowler Ben is
feel.
staying on 6. This is Depths is very, very comfortable being able to mulligan very low because all you're worried about is being able to do what you want to do as fast as you can and them not have an answer.
So a really cool update from our bracket here. So we are going to see the number 1 and number 2 seed playing each other in the upper bracket final here, Tensai versus Champagne. So
Yes.
Sneak and Show versus is Esperville. My matchup that I really was looking at right now is we get a rematch already of Charbel and Oliver from the very first round. They're playing each other again in round 3 for an elimination game.
Which is awesome. And that's Infect versus Allurin. So I don't know if the straw poll has been finished yet for what you guys want to see on match 3, but if you haven't, if it is not finished, if you want to see Allurin versus Infect, definitely give that a vote.
I personally would like to see that matchup, especially since I'm sitting in the seat next round.
Right?
Like I said, I'm going to be here for the next 4 rounds. So whatever you guys want to see, let me know what you want me to cast. I'm going to be joined by a couple of our mods throughout the next couple of rounds. But like I said, we've got just these matchups have been crazy so far. This has been some insane games for rounds 1 and round 2. As you see, our wonderful Nightbot, they're posting the straw poll there for what you guys want to see. Click on that link. Let us know what you guys want. And right now,
it looks like Rax on Sneak and Show is what everybody was voting for.
But
however, that's not going to happen if Rax was eliminated. So we'll go to the next one, which is Rainbow Depths.
Yeah, which is our turn 1 Thoughtseize.
That turn 1 Thoughtseize, there's a Swords, a Dreadhorde, a Force of Will, and a Flooded Strand, an Island, and a Plains. So do you take the Dreadhorde? Do you take the Swords?
That's the real question here. It all depends on what Frosty. If Frosty has the combo right now, I take the Swords.
Because you're faster than the Dreadhorde hitting and then
absolutely
attacking.
faster than the Dreadhorde. If she doesn't, she would probably want to take the Dreadhorde here for the late game.
Right.
Of just not dealing with it right now. And we're gonna see the Force go. Okay, so
interesting.
Probably doesn't have the answer. She probably is looking for more cards to kind of set up her hand. Frosty's in a really good position here. I like the Force take. It's just a fun take. But also noticeably, the Force didn't have a card to pitch with.
Correct. I also noticed that as well, too.
And
for you guys that have been watching, and if you're not already, !Discord in the chat will get you a link to the MTGPL where you can be part of our Q2 Invitational. We have leagues going each month. We have Tuesday night fight nights. We have Legacy Weekly Challenges on Saturday. If you're in the Euro Asia Pacific market, those are on Sunday. You could be right here against Frosty as she just played her Vampire Hexmage and is threatening a Dark Depths right now.
So why not take the Swords?
That's a really good question. Do you have another, with the fact that Urborg allows you to tap your Dark Depths from mana, do you have more hand disruption before you make this combo?
Maybe another Inquisition.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said,
they can't top deck a blue source to be able to pitch the Force.
Yeah. So maybe, like I said, we're not in Frosty's head. Frosty is a very smart Magic player. She's got to have her brain wrapped around everything here.
You also have an out of this world option too.
That's right. No Lavinia.
So Frosty is going to end step make Merit Lage or sacrifice her Vampire Hexmage.
Yeah, so end step, activate Hexmage, sack it, remove all of the counters on.
Yeah, you cannot out of this world that Hexmage. That is 100% correct. So that very well maybe was her line there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's the untap, and there's the response. Swords to Plowshares. There's the out of this world.
There it is.
Does Bologben have another answer? There's Electrickery, which is nothing.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything.
No, and that's going to be it. That is going to be it. Bowling Ben has no answer to the Merit Lage. That is Frosty moving forward in the bracket. That is going to put Frosty against Evil.
I guess
So-
she knew. She knew. She had it.
She had it, absolutely.
Yeah, I
So
guess
hopefully you
know
guys really enjoyed that.
I'm never questioning Frosty's decision making again. She's so smart. She's so smart. I'm never questioning what she does ever again. I could sit there and question every time, and I know she's got the plan. It's such a sick play there of taking the force to know you can't play it later. And you know what? Your sword splashes doesn't even matter. I'd be losing my shit if I was the Jeskai player, not thinking, wait, they didn't take my sword. They didn't take my sword. Because in my mind, I've got Lavinia in my deck. I don't got nothing to worry about now.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to put Frosty against Evil. So that's going to be another matchup because Frosty and Evil already played. So Evil was the one who took Frosty down. So that's going to be another rematch. That's going to be your Rainbow Depths versus a Blue-Black Shadow. And then you've got Allurin versus Infect in Charbel and Oliver. Champagne took out Evil. So on the top bracket, you have Sneak and Show versus Aspervile, Infect versus Allurin, and Rainbow Depths versus Blue-Black Shadow.
So we want to give, since we are officially now into the elimination games, I want to give a huge shout out to Rax and Bowling Bent for all the work they did these last 3 months, playing in these events, earning those points, and just showing up and being great pillars of our community, being just great people to talk to about sorts of decks. I remember when Bowling Bent and a couple other players were starting to build this Jeskai Stoneblade list. I remember there was the Monastery Mentor list that came around and everyone was talking about it. Rax and Bowling Bent, you guys are pillars of this community. Congratulations on making the Invitational. Unfortunately, with your matchups, you guys are not going to be moving on. We want to thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts for being here, for doing everything for this week. Thank you guys. We're going to be moving on with 6 players now. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys bring to the MTG Paper Legacy Discord.
Absolutely. And speaking of the MTG Paper Legacy Discord, !Discord in the chat will get you a link. We are just shy of 2,000 players. Will you be the 2,000th player that joins? By all means, if you come hang out with us and you play some Paper Legacy with us, we are proxy friendly. We are welcoming. Everybody is welcome. Everybody can play. There's no barrier to entry. And thank you so much to all of you guys for hanging out with us. This is going to be a great rest of your day. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be with you guys for the rest of the day. I've enjoyed myself in round 1 and round 2. I've gotten to see some amazing Magic.
But I will be here up until the finals. I will not be commentating on the finals, but I'll be joined by a couple mods throughout round 3, round 4, and round 5. So you get to see my lovely face for a couple more rounds. I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing next. I think we may be taking a quick break here while the rest of the games finish up.
Actually, they're all finished.
Are we all finished? Then
I think they are.
We're going to take a quick break. You guys stick around. Come join the Discord if you haven't. We will see you guys in a few minutes with the next round. Thank you guys so much. Corey, it's been an honor. Have a great rest of your Saturday. We will see you later.
And I'll see the rest of you guys on the Discord playing Legacy.
Playing Legacy. Thank you guys. We will see you guys in a little bit.